Somewhere between the noise of opinions and the silence of your own thoughts, your worth is being decided, not announced, not defended, simply observed. Every pause you take, every reaction you hold back, every standard you refuse to lower, people are watching, and they are learning exactly how to treat you. Most never realize this is happening. They think respect is demanded, explained, or earned in big moments, but it isn't. It forms quietly in the smallest choices, in the unseen discipline, in the way you carry yourself when no one claps for you. There are moments in life when we find ourselves questioning our value. We look outward, hoping someone will confirm what we already feel uncertain about. But the truth is far more subtle and far more powerful. Your worth is not spoken into existence. It is revealed slowly, consistently, through behavior, through restraint, through the things you tolerate and the things you no longer accept. And once people understand your patterns, they stop guessing your value and start responding to it. Today, we uncover 7 behaviors rooted in Stoic philosophy, behaviors that quietly teach people your worth, without you ever needing to say a word. Long before modern success theories and self-help advice, a Roman emperor sat alone with his thoughts, writing reminders to himself not for praise, not for an audience, but for discipline, clarity, and truth. In his private notes, later known as Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That wasn't a slogan, it was a standard he held himself to while leading an empire under constant pressure, where every decision could shape lives. Around the same time, a former slave-turned-teacher, Epictetus, stood before his students and said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, making it clear that character is not proven through speech but through conduct." These weren't abstract ideas. They were lived principles tested in real hardship, where reactions carried consequences and composure defined leadership. Stoicism teaches that control is limited, but responsibility is not. And in that space lies the quiet formation of your worth. In a world filled with opinions, reactions, and constant noise, what you repeatedly do becomes your identity, and people respond accordingly, not to what you claim, but to what you consistently demonstrate. So as you move through your day, understand this. Your habits, your restraint, your standards, they are all speaking for you, long before you ever say a word. Behavior number 1 is silence, and not the kind that comes from fear, but the kind that comes from control, awareness, and intention. In crowded rooms, in heated conversations, in moments where everyone feels the need to prove something, the person who pauses and listens is often the one who understands the most. Epictetus taught his students, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." And this wasn't just advice for communication, it was a discipline of restraint. There's a real account from Stoic teachings where a student, frustrated during a lecture, tried to interrupt, and Epictetus calmly responded, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid," reminding him that the need to speak often comes from insecurity, not strength. Silence, especially during conflict, sends a message that you are not easily provoked, that your emotions are not available for public display, and that your standards are not negotiable. When someone criticizes you and you choose not to react immediately, you create space, and in that space people begin to measure you differently, not by your words, but by your composure. Over time, this quiet discipline builds a reputation, one where others recognize that your presence carries weight, not because you demand attention, but because you never chase it. Behavior number 2 is mastering your emotions, and this is where most people quietly reveal more about themselves than they intend to. When pressure rises, when plans fall apart, when someone speaks to you with disrespect, your first reaction feels automatic, but Stoicism teaches that even in that moment, there is a choice. Epictetus made it clear to his students, saying, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters," reminding them that events don't define you, your response does. There is a recorded exchange where a student complained about being insulted, and Epictetus replied, "Remember, it is not he who reviles you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting," shifting the focus from the outside world to inner judgment. In everyday life, this shows up when criticism hits, and instead of reacting with anger, you pause and respond with clarity. or when stress builds and you choose steadiness over panic, showing others that your emotions are guided, not uncontrolled. People begin to notice that you don't hand over your peace easily, and that changes how they approach you, how they speak to you, and how seriously they take you. Over time, emotional discipline becomes a quiet signal of strength, proving that your worth is not tied to fleeting feelings, but to the control you maintain when it matters most. Behavior number 3 is consistency in action, and this is where your worth stops being a concept and becomes something people can rely on. Anyone can show up once, speak well once, promise change once, but what builds respect is repetition. The quiet decision to align your actions with your values every single day. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," and he returned to that idea daily, not occasionally, showing that discipline is not a mood, it is a commitment. There are documented reflections in his writings where he reminds himself in the morning, "Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence," preparing his mind ahead of time, so his actions would not be thrown off by circumstance. In real life, this looks like keeping your word when it's inconvenient, maintaining standards when no one is checking, and showing up prepared even when recognition is absent. Over time, people begin to notice a pattern, and that pattern becomes your identity, someone steady, dependable and grounded, not driven by impulse but by principle. Consistency builds a quiet confidence within you, and at the same time it teaches others that your presence is not temporary. It is something they can trust without needing constant proof. Behavior number 4 is standing strong in adversity, and this is where your character is no longer private. It becomes visible under pressure. When something falls apart, when a plan fails, when loss enters your life without warning, people are not just watching what happens to you, they are watching what comes out of you. Epictetus told his students plainly, difficulties are things that show a person what they are, and he lived that truth after being born into slavery, enduring hardship without letting it define his inner freedom. There is a recorded moment in Stoic teaching where a student complained about misfortune, and Epictetus responded, "You not know that a good man does nothing for appearance sake, but for the sake of having done right," making it clear that adversity is not an excuse to abandon principles. In everyday life, this shows up when someone loses a job and still speaks with dignity, or faces rejection and chooses growth instead of resentment, proving that circumstances may change, but their standards do not. People begin to recognize a different kind of strength, one that doesn't collapse under pressure or shift based on comfort, but holds steady through difficulty. Over time, resilience becomes a signal, showing that your worth is not built on ease, but on the way you carry yourself when life tests you without warning. Behavior number 5 is humility in success, and this is where many people lose the respect they worked so hard to earn. Achievement has a way of testing character just as much as hardship does, because the moment recognition arrives, so does the temptation to center everything around yourself. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself during the height of his power, receive without pride, let go without attachment, grounding his thinking in the reality that position and praise are never permanent. There are passages in his writings where he lists the people who shaped him, teachers, family, mentors, carefully acknowledging that his strength was not built alone, but through others who guided him. In another Stoic teaching, Seneca wrote to his friend Lucilius, "The wise man is grateful for what he has and does not boast of it," reinforcing that gratitude, not display, defines true success. In real life, this shows when someone reaches a milestone and says, "I couldn't have done this without the people who stood by me," and means it, or when they stay consistent in how they treat others, regardless of status. People notice when success doesn't change your tone, your respect, or your values, and that consistency builds a deeper level of trust. Over time, humility becomes a signal that your worth is rooted in character, not in attention, and that makes your presence far more respected than any title ever could. Behavior number 6 is a commitment to self-improvement, and this is where your worth continues to rise long after others stop paying attention. Growth in the Stoic sense is not loud, it is not performed for approval. It is a private standard you hold yourself to when no one is watching. Epictetus taught that the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have, directing his students back to the one area that can always be refined, their own thoughts, actions, and discipline. There are recorded teachings where he told a student who kept seeking validation, if you wish to be good, first believe that you are bad, not as an insult, but as a call to honest self-assessment, the kind that leads to real change. Seneca echoed this in his letters, writing, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live," emphasizing that growth does not have an end point. In real life, this looks like choosing to read instead of distract yourself, reflecting on your mistakes without excuses, and putting in effort to improve skills that no one may even notice yet. Over time, this quiet discipline builds a depth that others can sense, even if they can't explain it, because your decisions begin to reflect clarity, patience, and purpose. And without announcing it, you teach people that your worth is not fixed. It is something you are actively strengthening every single day. Behavior number 7 is living with purpose, and this is where everything begins to align in a way that others can feel, even if nothing is said out loud. Purpose in Stoic philosophy is not about chasing attention or trying to impress people. It is about directing your actions toward what is right, useful, and meaningful beyond yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote with urgency, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." Be one, calling for action over endless discussion and reminding himself that time is limited. In his writings, he often returned to the idea of contributing to the common good, noting that humans are made to work together and that a life disconnected from that duty lacks direction. Epictetus reinforced this in his teachings, telling his students, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do," making it clear that identity is built through consistent action, not intention alone. In real life, this shows when someone chooses to act with integrity, even when shortcuts are available, or when they commit to helping others without needing recognition in return. Over time, people begin to sense that your decisions are guided by something steady, something intentional, and that creates a quiet respect that doesn't need explanation. And without ever announcing it, you show that your worth is not tied to attention, but to the meaning behind everything you choose to do. As we reach the conclusion, understand this. Your worth is not a certificate, a title, or applause. It is the quiet impression left by how you live each day. Every choice you make, every challenge you face with composure, every act of discipline, and every moment you act with purpose quietly signals who you are to the world. Marcus Aurelius reminds us through his writings that living in alignment with virtue, not appearance, is what creates lasting value. And Epictetus reinforces this, saying, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Your silence, your mastery over emotions, the consistency of your habits, your resilience, humility, commitment to growth, and the way you live with purpose, these are the unspoken ways people learn your worth. There is a depth to this that cannot be faked. It grows slowly, like roots beneath the surface, and when recognized, commands respect without demand. Lao Tzu once wrote, "To be content with what you have and rejoice in the way things are is the most beautiful way to live," capturing the essence of Stoic quiet confidence. Your actions, more than words, leave an imprint. They teach the world who you are, and through them, your worth becomes undeniable, permanent, and respect. Remember, your worth isn't measured by how others see you, but by how you see yourself, by the standards you set and the consistency with which you honor them. The 7 behaviors we've explored, silence, emotional mastery, consistent action, resilience, humility, commitment to self-improvement, and living with purpose, are not simply habits, they are the language through which your character speaks to the world. Epictetus reminded his students, "No man is free who is not master of himself," and every Stoic teaching reinforces that true influence comes not from force, but from quiet authority rooted in virtue. When you choose restraint over reaction, reflection over impulse, and service over recognition, people begin to feel the weight of your presence, even when you say nothing. Over time, these choices compound into a reputation that is unshakable, a presence that commands respect, not through demand, but through recognition of integrity and character. So, live with intention, act with discipline, and let your life itself be the testimony of your worth, because the most profound messages are rarely spoken. They are embodied, silently teaching those around you how to recognize the value of a life well lived.